Purr. All right. Let's fucking do it. Show that time of year again. Gonna plug the shit out of this song. Jeff was over here earlier, brought me this Christmas necklace that I'd rock it for you guys. What's up, Jeff? Hope you're feeling better. For those of you just joining the show, Jeff got fucked up by the cops, so he no longer living here anymore. I got a new guy to replace Jeff. I got my cousin Ken. Ken's here to help me fix up the house now, so no one can replace Jeff, of course, but Ken's gonna help me out here. So a new guy living. You hear me talk about Ken? That's who I'm talking about. As always, 10 floating cats to make the show interesting on the world's greatest show. So, hail to the yeah. Gonna do a kitty party at the end. And I took Wednesday off. Needed a little mental health day, folks, to recharge. So I took it off, played some VR, got some sleep, and boom, recharged like a motherfucker. That's how you do mental health. And I'm back, ready to kill it tonight. And I'm gonna. Got a decent show for you guys, so thanks for joining me. Going to cover the Rudy Giuliani situation at the top of the show. At the end, of course, going to say the Palestine stuff for the end of the show, for those who can't handle it. After that, I got some riding with Biden after the Palestine stuff, a couple heroes. Might want to stick around for it. Going to be a good show. Hell yeah. As always, could you consider please super chatting me? The lifeblood of this show is the super chats. I don't dodge any questions. Why the fuck would I? Here's, boom, over here by the chat. It's a $sign. Click the $sign, and then you donate whatever you want to. The more you donate, the more serious I take your question. And I'm a slut. I would do nasty things for those dollars. And also, Dusty, who is fat, the fat Dusty version of me will pop up, and he'll eat your money. So that's fun. So help out the floating cats and me and the world's greatest show. And super chat me. It's like Cameo, only cheaper. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Thank you for joining me. I missed you. Going to start the show tonight with some Chud Watch. Sing along if you know the words.
Chud Watch, talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud and make fun of them.
And all the party people say, woo! And hell yeah, starting us off tonight on the Chud Watch, North Carolina, Virginia Fox. Remember this old biddy? She was the one that was like, shut up! You guys shut up. You're not allowed to ask us questions. We don't owe you anything. I mean, you sort of work for us a little bit. Anyway, you know, all the politicians are bought and paid for anyway by corporations. So it's almost nice to hear them just read commercials right on the House floor for whoever's sponsoring them. This time it's milk, apparently. Supposedly does a body good. Not sure if this is the best spokesperson for it. Looks like she's about to shatter into a million pieces any second. But not only did she take the time to read an ad on the House floor, amazing America, but also found the time to be racist in a really weird way. Let's have a look.
As for my family, our traditional choice of dairy has always been whole milk.
No thanks.
We want only the most nutritional option for Santa. It was under our first African American president in this country that this was designed this way.
Flag on the play. What the fuck? Why are you bringing up the fact that Obama was African American? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with milk? What you talking about, old biddy?
And the First Lady pushed through these rules and regulations.
Yeah, because Americans are goddamn fat. We are cows grazing, and the whole fat milk is really, really high in calories. She's just trying to save some lives, trying to get some fat off our children, trying to lower the cost and the impact of that on our healthcare system. You know, good things, which I can understand why you're against it.
To exclude whole milk. Scientists / experts designed the Titanic amateurs scientist experts built the Titanic, and amateurs built the Ark.
Okay, yeah, the Ark didn't exist, so that's not true. And also, like, didn't God help with the Ark a little bit? That's my remembering.
This is about inclusion, and it's about equity. We want people to be able to drink the kind of milk they want to drink.
Yeah, definitely not brought to you by the milk industry at all. Totally cool, America. And then, love to see them fight each other. I hope they kill each other. Steve Bannon letting the new House Speaker know, Representative Johnson, that, hey, you're not Christian enough because you didn't fight back against the trans people. I guess that's what it is this week. It usually is. You didn't fight against the trans people in the military, which is not really a thing, not a problem. It doesn't matter. So you're not one of us. You're not a real Christian. If somebody knows a lot about being a real Christian, it's sloppy Steve Bannon.
The NDA just passed. It just passed. This is Mike Johnson, and don't tell me you're a Christian. I don't want to hear you're a Christian. Don't wear your faith. Don't give me the Bible. I don't hear more Bible verse. When you've allowed the transgender, you've allowed all that garbage, all that demonic trash throughout the defense budget.
Trans people, as always, supernatural. God damn it! Quit making it look so cool.
You wonder why you can't get. You wonder why you can't get that you can't get kids. You know. Red-blooded American.
It's literally why they're doing it, to try to get more kids. The reason they can't get more kids is because they don't want to go kill strangers for money. They're more empathetic. They know the military-industrial complex does not have their best interest in heart and is just used by rich assholes to kill other poor people for money. All of that, and literally zero to a trans people, but continue.
Boys and girls to get into the military. With what you've done in this neo-Marxism and this cultural rot that now you have taxpayers paying for in almost $1 trillion, and you allowed this to happen when the commitment, if you can't get the majority doesn't go to the floor, the Hassard rule. But you waive that to get this there because you're playing footsie with Mitch McConnell, Schumer, and you're just as bad as the Biden guys because you should know better.
So nothing you can do, even if you're the biggest Christian in the world, even if you do 99.9% of what they say. Hey, you didn't do 0.01%. You're dead to us. So good. Have your little purity test. And then one of the better clips I've seen this week is Marjorie Trader Queen get shut the fuck down. Nobody has respect for her. Even her own fellow conservatives. Here she is to try to butt into the Comer Jordan press conference. And they're like, bitch, just shut her down and walk away. Her face is priceless. Let's have a look.
But Chairman, that was memorialized in emails that you guys leaked from Hunter Biden's laptop.
Thank you.
I would like to have asked Hunter Biden about Mann Act violations, sex trafficking women across state lines.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
But Chairman,
thank you all very much. I look at her, then immediately turn away. Yeah, let's get out of here for stupid crazy. Makes us even look dumber than we already fucking look, which is hard to do. You guys look really dumb. And then another week, another Trump rally, and the zombies are out in full force. And I guess they got the Gothic Magas now. Holy shit. Every color of the rainbow, apparently. Anyway, let's see what the Gothic Maga zombie has to say about it.
What is it about Trump that you love so much?
Number one, he's a godly man.
He's not.
He's working for God.
He's
for
not
darn
at all.
sure.
Nope.
Number two, he really cares about us.
Doesn't care about
you
you at all.
About us. He
Not
cares
even a
about
tiny
what
bit.
happens to us. He cares about our country. He didn't come in there because he wanted the money. He's got money.
Literally made $2 billion while he was in there.
He's coming there.
He bankrupted everything. There's no evidence that he was incredibly fucking rich.
Because he is actually working for God, and he wants to help us, and he wants to get us to a good. He wants to make America great again, and I it's true.
It's not.
But I think he's going to make it even greater because I don't think, no matter what they try to do to stop him, he's going to come back because he's working for God, and God's on his side.
Well, then how did he lose to begin with? If he's working for God. You would think God would be like, hey, you're going to win because you're my guy. I guess God wanted him to lose, look like a fucking loser, and then like lift him back up. God, he's crazy. Got wacky plans, y'all. Got MAGA, the best among us. And then, creepy Christian theologians up there just making shit up. Remember when it was illegal in America to say Happy holidays. Oh, no, Merry Christmas. It's legal now to say happy holidays. Before, you couldn't say Merry Christmas, though. I mean, they would come to your house and they would arrest you and they put you in the gulags. And it was like a Clockwork Orange. They would hold your eyes open and then they would just show you images of happy holidays and Christmas trees burning. Remember that happened? And then we elected Trump and Trump was like, no, shutting down the indoctrination center. Everybody's allowed to say Merry Christmas. Remember when that happened? You must, because they're claiming it did.
I want to say to everybody, Merry Christmas. Because Donald J. Trump allowed us to say that again, didn't he, when he became president?
Yeah,
no more happy holidays. We say Happy Hanukkah. We say Merry Christmas.
That's right. Everything has changed now, folks. It was so horrible before. Can't believe nobody could say Merry Christmas. And then it's a spiritual battle, y'all. We already heard from Goth Maggot that Trump is God's man. And hey, God is kind of pissy. God likes revenge. God is just as petty as human beings are. And so he going to use Trump to get revenge on all his enemies. Although, if he's all powerful, he could just blink and we'd all be dead or, melted, whatever. I've seen the Indiana Jones Ark of the Covenant. But no, apparently he needs Trump to be his retribution. And this is in no way mind-numbingly terrifying.
We must not lose sight that this election is part of a spiritual battle.
It's not, though.
There are demonic forces at play.
That doesn't exist.
But I want to remind those who have fallen prey to the leadership of such demons, have fallen prey to the diabolic forces, and have become pawns to their schemes.
I'm a rook. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 13, verse 1 through 4.
Okay.
This is the warning.
Oh, no.
Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established.
Okay, then you guys love the Biden administration, according to your own words, right? Submit yourself to the government authority. Biden won. Boom! You all love Biden, right?
The authorities that exist have been established by God.
Okay.
Consequently, whoever rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted.
Oh my God, how are you reading this with a straight face? Everything you're saying means that everything you're doing is wrong. You should submit to the Biden administration. You shouldn't speak out against them. What the fuck?
And those who do so will bring judgment on themselves, and judgment is coming.
Okay,
and when Donald Trump becomes the 47th president of the United States, there will be retribution against all those who have promoted evil in this country.
Bring it. Bring it. Like literally no one's scared of you, dough bitch. Look at you. You're the least frightening human I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Like a fucking Q-tip. I pick you up, clean my ears with you, dump you in the trash. Then Trump got on there. Just does what he does. He just lies. I think the gas here is like $2.50, something like that. It's pretty cheap, historically speaking, but I guess it's $3.10 nationwide. Or if you're Trump, who's never filled up his car himself in his life.
Gasoline prices are now $5, $6, $7, and even $8 a gallon. By contrast, under the Trump leadership, my leadership, inflation was non-existent, and we had gasoline down to $1.87 a gallon. Doesn't that?
Okay, first of all, like you literally helped cause the giant inflation. Like between 2020 and 2021, they printed 27% more money. All your dollar bills that you had, they printed 27% more and basically gave most of it to rich people. They did a lot of quantitative easing where the government just buys up stocks and bonds and shit. One of the largest transfers of wealth from the poor to the rich in the history of the goddamn world. That caused a lot of inflation. And also gas was $1.87 because you disbanded the commission for the pandemic. So we were completely caught off guard when the pandemic hit. And your feckless handling of it caused untold number of people to die unnecessarily, and also that you helped shut the government down so nobody was driving anywhere. They didn't have jobs to go to while you're printing money to pay everybody off. We were all sitting at home, so it's just supply and demand, and obviously gas prices were lower. So are you suggesting that to get the gas prices back to $1.87, you would like to cause another pandemic that destroys our economy? Because against it, just me, I'm against that. But hey, Trump people are kooky. He's working for God, so maybe he knows something I don't. Then, always a tweet, folks. We just hit the all-time record for the stock market yesterday. So, of course, 2019 from Trump. You mean the stock market hit an all-time record high today, and they're actually talking impeachment? Will I ever be given credit for anything by the fake news media or radical liberal Dems? No collusion, only that you guys are trying to have Biden impeached right now when the stock market just hit all-time records. Now, I don't really think that's a great indication of the health of the economy, especially the poor people, but I mean, it's what you guys use. So by your own measurements, he doing a good job, right? Right? No? Seems inconsistent. And then he doubled down, folks. It seems sort of scary that he's so far ahead in the presidential race, and he continues to double down on the fact that he's going to be a dictator. He's just joking, though, folks. He's just joking. He's only going to be a dictator for one day, and we know dictators often take dictatorial powers and then immediately give them up after one day. That's just history.
The day you see they're calling me a dictator. They're saying Trump wants to be a dictator. Trump wants to be. And you know how it started? He asked me a question. Please say you don't want to be a dictator. I said, no, I won't say that. I want to be a dictator for one day.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. He just admitted it. Oh, my God. He admitted it. But, yeah, it seems bad. Seems real bad, America. But, hey, whoa, we're going to do it. Let's just ride with Biden right off the fucking cliff, y'all. It's all good. Hey, if you try to get Biden replaced, you're helping Trump. That's the way it works. And then Rudy Giuliani. Well, before we get there, folks, the bravest among us, I think we can all agree, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani. So Rudy Giuliani, much like Donald Trump said, he's going to testify, y'all. He cannot wait till he gets a chance to fucking testify. Finally, he gets his day in court, and everybody going to know when he gets on that stand that he was telling the truth the whole fucking time. Not guilty. Here he is, talking about how brave he's about to be and how many asses he's going to whoop on that stand.
I was proven to be telling the truth, and they were proven to be liars. Once again, that will happen. When I testify, we get the whole story, y'all. And it will be definitively clear. What I said was true, and that whatever happened to them, which is, it's unfortunate if other people overreacted, but everything I said about them is true.
Do you? That's right,
I was
folks.
proven to be.
Cannot wait to testify. It's proven to be right, and I'm going to testify, and I'm going to prove to be true. I'm so brave. Yeah, you already know how this ended. Rudy Giuliani did not testify. He will not take the stand. He was like, I'm good. Turns out I'm just a lying, cowardly piece of shit, much like my dad at Trump. So then this is real life lawyer, folks. This is the guy that Rudy Giuliani, you know, the guy from Four Season Landscape, hired. Oh, my God, what is with that haircut? You know it's hard times, and this is the best man you can hire to be your lawyer. But he had a foolproof defense, folks. Literally his own lawyer got up there and said to the jury, hey, my client is a piece of shit. He's basically a fucking idiot. Rudy Giuliani's own attorney compared him to a fanatical flat earther who will never stop believing the 2020 election lie, and asked the jury to have sympathy when determining how much he owes the plaintiffs. The civil case was brought by Ruby Freeman, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. Sibley repeatedly criticized Giuliani, comparing him to flat earthers who will never stop believing elections, saying he's committed an injustice against Moss Freeman, noting he's almost 80. But he shouldn't be defined by recent terms. He was like, okay, of course. He is a giant piece of shit, irredeemable. We all hate him. He's the worst among us. Basically a ghoul, going to die any second from pure evil. But remember before he was like this? Remember before he was a giant piece of shit? Remember 9/11? Remember 9/11? So think about 9/11 and maybe don't hold it against this giant horrific piece of shit that sits before you. And that's just crazy enough to work. What's that now? It did not work. Rudy Giuliani ordered to pay $150 million in damages. Even the judge was like, what? Holy God. That was the worst performance by a lawyer I've ever seen. And good. Now, obviously, they're not going to get anything near this because Rudy Giuliani probably don't have much money, and everything he has, he's going to hide and take with him to the fucking grave because, they're a piece of trash. They do whatever they can to get out of paying what they owe. But at least it sent a message. Ain't going to be flaunting your wealth in front of us anytime soon, Rudy Giuliani, and he'll be dead soon. So it's all good. And folks, To be honest with you, I've said this before, but I'm almost impressed by the grift. The way MAGA can grift other MAGA, the way they can make millions, billions of dollars out of basically nothing. It's kind of inspiring a little bit. It's kind of impressive. Case in point, this hat. Look how amazing that hat is, folks. It's a pink Barbie-ish MAGA hat, and it's $47. Good God. How do these MAGAs have so much money? I've seen these toothless fucks. You think they could get their teeth fixed or some shit if they got that much money? But nope. Never-ending money from the MAGA grid. And speaking of which, remember that movie Sound of Freedom? That was about the pedophiles, the deep state pedophile ring getting taken down, that the idiot conservatives jumped on board, and they're like, hey, instead of actually giving to real causes that try to help sex traffickers, not help sex traffickers, help end sex trafficking, help arrest sex traffickers, help people that have been sex trafficked, instead of giving money to that, or in any way actually supporting any of these causes that would actually bring change and help people, why don't we buy free tickets to a movie? That'll save a bunch of kids. We're heroes and patriots doing the world a favor by buying movie tickets. It's the same people that believe prayer does something. I'm just going to pray instead of doing shit. It's how you do nothing but make yourself feel like you've done something. Well, it turns out, I know you're going to be shocked. This whole thing also was a giant fucking grift. Remember Sound of Freedom and how it fundraised a whole bunch of money? And they're right, we're buying everyone's screenings to boost the film? Yeah, they were scamming. Pay It Forward donors were told they were buying tickets for others to see Sound of Freedom. The fine print revealed Angel had no obligation to use the money that way. And they got almost $500 million, folks. Not $1 million, $1 billion that they had no obligation to buy tickets with whatsoever. They just fucking pocketed it. Didn't help any victims of sex trafficking. Didn't help any anti-sex trafficking organizations. Just kept the money and good. Grift them all. Take all their money because, like I said before, they have less money to spend on their kids, and then their offspring die off, and then their genes don't carry on to the next generation. And aren't we all benefited by that? I think we are. And one more example of the amazing grift. Voldemort, Dr. Evil Jr. Remember this guy? Been all over the place with ads being like, hey, are you white? And try to get into a school or get a job in some shit. And they were like, no, we gave it to a brown person. Well, contact me and we'll fucking sue the shit out of them for you. Anyway, been placing ads everywhere. And I know you're going to be shocked. Also a fucking grift. He made $35 million in donations, and they spent $30 million on ads, which, he and his company controls. So basically just paying himself huge bonuses to run the ads. It's all just an ad scam, folks. Spending almost none of the money on actual fucking lawsuits. And once again, good. Instead of bucking people with these frivolous lawsuits, he's simply grifting MAGA idiots out of their money. So their, children's offspring and their offspring will be less likely to spread. So cool. Grift them all. Well, that's what I say. And then one more on the Chud Watch. And folks, I don't know if you saw this political ad, but one of the most hard-hitting political ads I've seen in a while. And if you're thinking about voting for conservative, number one cause of death in young people, guns. They simply do not give a fuck. All they can say is thoughts and prayers. Number one killer of children in the United States. Not drowning. Not car wrecks, not cancer.
Please, God, save her. Do something, save her. Please save her. Please.
My thoughts and prayers are with you.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts.
Prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yep. Number one killer gun violence of children. Could not give a shit less. Thoughts and prayers. That's what they say forever and ever and ever, because they do not care about your children whatsoever. Let's just face it, most of you conservatives don't either, because you keep voting for this shit. You keep voting for no change. You keep voting for the death of your own children. So, good. You get what you fucking deserve, and that is my Chud Watch. Mean-spirited, but also true. What we got to say, Dirty Sexy Pores. Missed you guys on Wednesday. Hope you guys had a good one. You guys got big Christmas plans coming up. Everybody's like, what are you going to do, Dusty? Nothing. Every day's fucking Christmas for me. Hell yeah. Going to sit at home and masturbate, probably. That'd be my guess. Jim Caviezel, not Jeebus. He is playing Jeebus in the new movie I hear. Probably not going to watch it because it was very, very boring the last time I tried. Badass, I approve. Great ad. Very great ad. Dark humor. Hopefully it makes a dent, but I doubt it will. If they're only kids dying, won't make a dent. That ad probably won't, right? Ad is clear and straight. Agreed. All right. Move right along, folks. Hell yeah. Get your super chats in. Let's see how we're doing on the super chats. Not that great. Get your super chats in. Support the world's greatest show. Let's do some religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Everybody, it's time for religious bullshit. First off, on tonight's religious bullshit, I know you're not going to believe it, but a youth pastor was raping a child. Get out. Georgia youth pastor gets 15 years on child sex charges. A former youth minister of a Floyd County church was sentenced Thursday to serve 15 years in prison on child molestation and possession of child pornography charges, alongside another 25 years of probation. After officers were able to get into both phones completely, we're talking about hundreds of images. There are some images of infants under a year old. Yep. Keep sending your kids to these people. There's a young one. Doesn't matter how old they are. Doesn't matter how young they are. There's a reason all the pedophiles flock to your church, because that's where the children are that you guys give them access to. Same reason the spider builds the web in front of your porch light. That's where the prey is. That's where the bugs are. That's where your children are. Might want to stop sending them. What the fuck do I know? And then, what a way to live, folks. Grown-ass humans believe this bullshit. Like it's magic or some shit. Like literally. Like they're in Baldur's Gate. They need regents to do a spell or some shit. Imagine being an adult and thinking this does anything.
I want to encourage you that anytime that you sense spiritual warfare against you, your family, or your home and your health, to anoint your home with oil. How we do this is we take the oil, get it on our hands, and we anoint the doorpost, the top and the bottom of the door. We declare that no weapon formed against our home shall prosper.
They declare
Plead the blood of Jesus over our home.
Holy shit.
Command all sickness and disease pass over our home.
You can't get
in the
sick.
name of Jesus.
Holy
we
God.
thank you, Father, that your angels are encamped around our home and our property. If you cannot reach the top of your door, like I can't get a step stool,
why would God care
it's
about
important
that?
for us to still do the top of our door.
Why does God care where the oil is? Isn't he all powerful? Doesn't he know everything? Isn't he everywhere all at once? Why the fuck would this do anything? It doesn't make sense.
Inside of this home, dedicate this home with this oil to the kingdom of God. Father, we ask that your presence reside inside of this home in Jesus' mighty name.
What is the opposite of that? What can I spread on my door to keep Jesus away? I don't know. Semen? No, he probably liked that. Nails? I don't even know how you do that. I don't know. I'll think of something, Jesus. I'll think of something. Anyway, and then, you guys hear about this one? So, the Satanic Church, which I love, they put up a display in the Capitol building, right? Because, it's against the law for the government only to be one-sided with religion. If they're going to let displays from one religion be up in the Capitol, then they have to allow all religions. Of course, they don't want to do that, but they got sued by the Church of Satan, which is a great organization. Doesn't actually believe in Satan. They just want to troll Christians and also make sure they keep them on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to find a picture of it. I thought it was on that first link, but it's not. Where is that? God damn it, Dusty. Motherfucker. Let's see. I'll just search for it. Anyway, but of course, Christians can allow atheists or anybody to have fucking anything, right? Here's the display right here. Boom. Church of Satan put this up. They're like, gotcha, Christians. Hey, if you guys don't want to separate the church and state, if you want to force your religion down everybody else's throat, then what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Boom. Here's our fucking display to freak you out. And of course, Christians hate the First Amendment. They hate freedom of speech. So immediately they destroyed it because that's what they fucking do. The Satanic Temple of Iowa says a statue in its Iowa Capitol display was destroyed beyond repair. The display made headlines this week when an eastern Iowa state lawmaker called for the governor to remove it, calling the display blasphemous. Michael Cassidy, a Christian and former military officer, tore down and beheaded a Satanist altar erected in the Iowa Capitol as the display provoked nationwide controversy. Of course, we're not allowed to go destroy Christian shit, right? That would be frowned upon, but you guys can do it, right? No problem if you do it. Anyway, this dude used to be from Mississippi or is from Mississippi. This alopecia scrotum.
Cassidy is a naval pilot who works as a trainer at the Meridian Naval Air Station as well as a maintenance test pilot. He is challenging Michael Guest for the 3rd District Republican nomination.
So, shit it! Just like what you'd expect. Don't like First Amendment. Don't like freedom. And all the other Christians jumping on the bandwagon. Hey, if you want to make a lot of money as a Christian, all you have to do is act like a giant fucking piece of shit. And then other giant piece of shit will come out of the woodwork to give you money. Like Watermelon Head Charlie Kirk, who's all gums, donating $10,000 to the legal defense. Of course, these legal defense funds, they don't actually have to spend them on the legal defense. They can just spend them on whatever the fuck they want to. It's just free money for the biggest asshole you can possibly be. Even Ron DeSantis saying he's going to donate. I guess he's going to dip into his high heel money and donate to the Satanic Temple attacker. Why not? And of course, like I said, they hate the First Amendment. If you don't believe me, here's them. Here's a watermelon head. Satan conferences should not be protected by the First Amendment. Satan worship is not what the founders had in mind when they referenced the fruits of liberty. This is how they get away with being anti-free speech, because they would just declare whatever they want to declare, not free speech. And then loophole, we can ban free speech while at the same time declaring we're free speech absolutist. I guess it's a good grift if you can get it. Then, like I said, here's a hilarious part. So, alopecia dickhead, the guy who destroyed the statue to begin with, actually had a campaign on his website where he declared anybody who vandalizes a statue gets an automatic 10-year mandatory sentence in jail. Yeah, mandatory minimums for mob destruction of statues, infrastructure, and houses of worship. Automatic 10 years in jail plus the cost of repair. So I'm sure he's going to be consistent and demand that he immediately gets put in... No, of course not. They're only talking about Christianity or perhaps Confederatism, slave owners and shit. Anybody else? That doesn't count. We have written ourselves out of the rules that we wrote to begin with. Even Jack piece of shit, Bick, demanding the governor pardon this guy, even though the guy specifically wanted laws of him doing 10 years in jail for doing exactly what he did. A Jack piece of shit is like, good evening, Kim Reynolds, Iowa. Will you be issuing a pardon of Michael Cassidy? If not, we'll be calling tomorrow to make sure the message gets to you. Yeah, if you don't pardon these people that hate free speech and are attacking other people's religion, we're going to make sure you get voted out. That's the Christian way. And then Nazis everywhere, pussies like a motherfucker. Matt Walsh also giddy about it. Awesome. Someone needs to do it. And he stepped up. If this man is arrested, I will gladly donate to his legal defense fund. So, alopecia scrotum sack, going to get lots of support, make lots of money for vandalizing and hate crimes and whatnot. Super cool. Meanwhile, speaking of hate crimes, Joe Biden is like, no woman should be forced to go to court or flee her home state just to receive the health care she needs. But that is exactly what's happening in Texas, thanks to Republican elected officials. And it's simply outrageous. This should never happen in America, period. Yes, horrible how badly they're treating women. How it's like I was say the Hunger Games. What the fuck is that shit? I drew up like, horrible how bad they're treating women, right? by his eye. So Josh Fierstein immediately says, wait till I'm elected. I'm going to be even worse. Going to be way worse than, what is the name of that show where they all wear the funny hats and they make women have children? You guys know the one I'm talking about. It's all good. But he's going to be even worse, folks. He's going to be even worse. Handmaid's Tale. I knew it before I even read it. I didn't even see that over there. I mean, it looks like I looked over there and read it, but I just remembered it off the top of my head because I got a steel trap of a mind. All you people that say Handmaid's Tale, you can all go fuck yourself because I already knew that. Anyway, it's like the Handmaid's Tale. He's going to be even worse. Killed it as always, and that is my religious bullshit. What we got to say about that? Are we all impressed by my memory and everything? Super cool. And I love Baphomet. He's pretty cool. I'd give him a cup of sugar if he knocked on my door, among other things. If you destroy a satanic statue, he will haunt your family and possess your soul. I wish that was a thing, but unfortunately, it is not. Handmaid's Tale, I didn't know what you're talking about. I was talking about something else, another show that's not that. So fuck all of y'all. Handmaid's Tale is closer with my Johnson in the third of line. Lucky. Fellas, treat women well and treat yourself well. Treat everybody well. That's what I'm going with. Handmaid's Tale, I haven't seen it. I tried to watch part of it, but I didn't like it. I don't think I'm the demographic for that show. I think it's for chicks or some shit because I was bored. I was like, oh, no, you don't. Don't make them have your kids. Oh, well, I don't give a shit. Metal does rust. Just saying it does. I guess you could stretch metal nails across your door if that's what you're saying. You mean Handmaid's Tale? Nope, absolutely not. Did not mean that at all. And all right, we were along, folks. Get your super chats in. It's time for the trash world. Trash world. The trash world. It's a dumpster fire, y'all. It's so goddamn hellish in the trash world. Trash world. You know, everything sucks all the time in the trash world. And first off, speaking of alopecia scrotums, Fetterman back, and Fetterman, goddammit, proof of what people would do for money, will sell their soul out. And I guess the Israeli check cashed. So now he's going public to make sure everybody knows I'm not a fucking progressive. New John Fetterman breaks with the left, fiercely supporting Israel and endorsing talks for tougher immigration laws. I'm not a progressive, Fetterman tells NBC News, brushing back critics. He's hitting Dems for double standards on Santos and Menendez. That's right. Why would anybody think this guy was ever a progressive? I can't believe you guys are all mad at me just for helping support war crimes and child murder and the like, and betraying all my constituents. You fucking idiots! Why would you think I was progressive? Because you continuously told us that you were progressive over and over again. Ready to fight for a stronger Pennsylvania? Chip in whatever you can to help take this progressive momentum all the way to the ballot box. It wasn't the first or the last time you said that, Fetterman. Remember all this. I just read that. Keep progressive momentum going. Great hair. Retweet if you're standing with these progressive champions, you said. Why you aligned with Bernie? 2009, progressive rhetoric is great, but progressive results are 100. We have started a progressive movement here in Pennsylvania, you said. And then somebody was like, you said it a bunch. Here's a whole goddamn video of you saying it over and over again. 60 seconds of them scrolling to you being like, progressive, progressive, progressive. I'm a progressive. And then suddenly you're like, what? Wait a minute. Progressive means that I can't support Israel murdering children? I guess I'm not a progressive anymore, folks. Oopsies. So I guess he's going to give everybody the money back he took by telling me he's the progressive. He's not. Shocker. Anyway, fuck you, John Fetterman. I think that is what everybody feels at this moment. And next time you have a stroke, go towards the light. And oh no, speaking of trash world, I love Andrew Brower. Great character on Brooklyn 999 and been playing a lot of other characters. And yeah, Dad, belly up, deleted. Brooklyn 999 actor Andrew Brower plays a great straight character, plays a great cop. Apparently he got the lung cancer, and that's not good for you, is my impression. So he died. So bad, not good, horrible. Thank you for the entertainment. and really stupid. Look at these fucking two tools. Akon, who had a song that was popular once, I don't know what it is, and Nick Cannon, who I only know because he has like 30 children. Akon defends Nick Cannon having numerous kids with multiple women, says events with children like dance recitals aren't important. That's a white man's thing. Who gives a fuck about a recital? Your children? Yeah. You make bonds and stuff. I remember like being in football games when I was a kid. My dad only ever came to one football game, and I have no idea why, because my dad loved football. You think he would have loved to watch me come play football, and yet for some reason only showed up to one fucking game I played. And yet that is the game I remember the most, the one game my dad came to. So I don't know, started to think you guys might be bad dads. Went to the Elon Musk school of fathership here. Trash humans. And then prepare to be angry, folks. In New Jersey, the government pays for a 6-day training where cops get to sit around and hear other cops say shit like this. This is 2021 police training conference in New Jersey, held by a private New Jersey-based police training company called Street Cop Training. Taught questionable policing tactics and contained offensive and discriminatory comment, and promoted a warrior approach to policing, if you're wondering how things got so horrible with the police in this country. This approach directly contradicts and undermines almost a decade of police reform efforts in New Jersey. Could not give a shit less.
I love what the fuck I do for a living. There's nothing else I'm good at. I love violence. I love fighting. I love shooting, and I fucking love freedom. It wasn't that long ago that we were drinking out of the skulls of our enemies. I'm gonna fucking murder this guy, then I'm gonna take his head, then I'm gonna cut his head in half, and then I'm gonna boil his skull, and then I'm gonna drink out of that skull. Fucking rad, right?
That's so rad. Protect and serve. They're the best among us. Definitely got to call them if I have a problem.
The guy who's fucking recording you like, I am not a citizen of the United States under fucking Act 12, 6. Shut the fuck up, right? About to get pepper sprayed and fucking tased. Windows broken out, motherfucker.
Some instructors also make comments that dehumanize civilians.
We don't like treating turds, right? You're like, fuck them. The ambulance can take care of them, right? And I had a problem treating, gangbangers and the people that were the pieces of shit of society, right? I had a great mentor that told me, well, Sean, guess what? That's a live tissue lab, bro. Anytime you come to one of these shitbags, absolutely do the best you can. Absolutely, because what if he gets hurt, right? Or she gets hurt, or he gets hurt, then I can perform that flawlessly because now I've had some reps in. Everybody get that? Everybody with me on that?
Yeah, you're a human piece of shit. I got it, dough bitch. Anyway, there's like 4 minutes of that. I might, if we have time, watch some more of that in the after party. Stay tuned for that and join me for a night's after party. And hell yeah, that is my trash world. Shing! What do you think about that? None of these guys should be cops. Nope. Nobody who allowed that to happen. Nobody who was there. Pretty much nobody who wants to be a cop in the current system should probably be allowed to be a cop. The entire thing needs to be stripped down to the bare bones and rebuilt up from scratch. It should be like a separate department of like the wellness commission or something, in my opinion. Work for basically people that live in the community who do social work instead of calling cops and shit to take care of nuisances. It should be social work. The Israeli military trains many U.S. law enforcement. It shows. Definitely can see it. Doesn't matter if a state is blue. Look at NYPD. Yep. It's always blue. Got that thin blue line everywhere. I'm going to sound over here. Anyone else? Nope. I hear everything just fine. Brooklyn 999 is propaganda. Yeah, it's propaganda. But, I mean, they're all goofbags. So, I heard they were going to make the last season, like, more straight edge and less propaganda, but I didn't really see any difference. All right. I'm a life coach for my penis. Hell yeah. Hope you're advocating for it pretty well. And all right, we're along, folks. Time for Here Shall Be Elon. And first off, oh my God, somebody needs his mommy. Has there ever been a bigger mama's boy than Elon Musk? Every single time she got to come out there and save him. Now she mad at Joe Biden because Joe Biden is not giving Elon Musk almost $1 billion in subsidies. At least this particular subsidy. How many billions have he already given Elon? Pretty much his whole company, Tesla, was built off government subsidies, but they decided to finally stop giving him one. And oh no, she mad about it, y'all. Elon's Musk mom, May. She looks like Cruella de Vil. Holy God, what a villain. Accuses Biden of stopping his plans to make world a better place after Starlink loses $900 million in subsidies. Ain't the first time his mommy's come to his aid. Don't encourage this match. Elon Musk's mother, May, says fight between billionaire and Mark Zuckerberg is canceled. Very alpha, Elon. Remember, Elon Musk's mother said stop being mean to him when he completely blew it and embarrassed himself on SNL. Remember that? So, yeah, latest thing she mad about is, oh my God, we are all required to give her son money, even though he is the second richest man on the goddamn planet. It don't matter. May Musk says, I am the mother of Elon Musk. His goal is to make this world a better place. Doubt. No, it's not. It's to self-aggrandize, put himself on a pedestal, show his ass. POTUS wants to stop him. Oh, POTUS is not that great of a guy, but I doubt he wants to stop Elon Musk from making the world a better place. C-Hag. Have you any idea how furious I am? Do you have any idea how little we give a shit? People in other countries are proud of Elon. What the fuck does people in other countries being proud of Elon have to do with goddamn anything? And do not understand the U.S. president's motive. All right, well, they can get fucked right with you and Elon. Please tell me how I should answer them. No one gives a shit. Answer them any goddamn way you want to. Who gives a shit, Elon mom? Maybe go towards the light. And then Elon doing basically tech work for any right-winger that comes along. So J.R. Majewski, nice name, upset because the community notes nailed him, said something true. And of course he immediately ran to Daddy Elon. Daddy Elon, the community notes said something that was true. Can you take it down? So of course Elon immediately took it down. False community notes removed. So remember, Elon was like, hey, this is the greatest spot for free speech in the world. And it's okay that I bring people like Alex Jones back and Nazis and people that lie like a motherfucker because community notes will call them out if they lie. But when you specifically use your position of authority to remove community notes from your right-wing shithead douchebag friends that they don't like, then that pretty much undermines the entire system, doesn't it, Elon? I know he doesn't care. Not listening, but it does. Trust me. And then on the He Shall Be Elon section, advertisers should not return, folks, and the new advertisers are the craziest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. How is this stuff even fucking legal? But these are the ads dominating Twitter/X now. Undress any girl using AI yo-yo. And if that wasn't creepy enough, a program that takes any picture of anybody and undresses them. This is what the ad says, folks. This is how they're selling it. How did you get it? Please don't show her picture to Stan. I'll do anything. Literally, this advertisement is telling you that you can blackmail girls into doing sex with you, I guess. Basically, rape. By making them think that you're going to out them with these fake nude pictures. Holy God, Elon Musk. How is this real life? But it is, folks. And of course, the Bored Ape thumbnail really sells it. And then there was also this one, a real fucking ad, folks. So it's a tool that allows you to extract semen from condoms and impregnate yourself and trap a man who doesn't want to be with you. Yeah, I'm a mastermind and now you're mine. Make a mom. Ads like, okay, all right, cool world. I mean, can't you just lose a turkey baster for that? I don't know. I'm no expert on trapping no men, but just saying. Anyway, if you're that duplicitous, do we have a product for you? Jesus Christ, agreed. And that's my Elon section. Hell yeah. You guys gonna go trap a man or blackmail a girl into rape? Well, now you can. Thanks to Elon Musk. You can't lay on my mouse, baby. You can't lay on my mouse. I can't do my job if you're laying on my mouse. Not very helpful. It's not helpful. I love you, but it's very, very unhelpful. And all right, what are we saying over there? Holy shit, I know. That's why I showed you. So you can holy shit right along with me. Wow, I know, right? Blobfish agrees. What the fuck? Holy shit, fucking wild. Yep. Who had that on their 2023 bingo card? Not I. No expert. Ha ha ha ha. So punny. So punny. Misty is a rock star. Definitely not camera shy. It's allowed. Misty rules. I can't move the mouse when she lay out on my hand. Not the best. And I got another little fat asshole laying right here on my arm as it is. Everybody trying to get in my way when I'm doing the show. It's all right. I know you guys make the show. And all right. Let's see what I got coming up. I got Woke Panic coming up. I got What the Fuck coming up. And I got Beyond Parody. So still plenty of show before we get to the halftime. But definitely get your super chats in. But for now, it's time for, and actually before I do this, I'll get you guys to help me pick a new logo for the Woke Panic section. Remember, it used to be Ron DeSantis. Woo, woo, woo, woo, panic. But I lost it. I haven't felt like going and finding it. So I had Bing make me some new ones. Bing has a DALL-E 4 built into it now. So what do you think about this one? Woke Panic. That was not bad. That one, the eyeball, Woke Panic. All right, don't fall in love yet. Let's look at some other ones that I made. Let's see which ones you like best. Let me know in the chat. Woke Panic. This is kind of a more simple. It looks shocked. He's scared. Spreading some Woke Panic. Then how about this one? Woke. Oh, it's scary. Scary Woke Panic. Looks like he's in bed. He just woke up in a panic, and he has the cross under his eye, which is satanic and scary, right up my alley. I love it. And then there's this one. Woke Panic, little Grateful Dead Woke Panic. This one's for E. Little touch of gray Woke Panic. I don't know if I'm feeling that one or not yet. Let's see. Oh, that Woke Panic. This one's like Scream. Scared. It says at the bottom. Woke Panic. Gonna make you very afraid. Be very afraid. And then these are kind of cool. You know what I should do? I should make coffee mugs that say Woke Panic. Look at this. It's gonna be all kinds of ideas. Have my own mug club. Woke Panic goes right along with your coffee in the morning. Hell yeah, maybe 2 with coffee cups. Pretty cool. Another Woke Panic. I like this design. Looks like he's scared. Darkness coming down from his eyes. Pretty cool. So what you guys think? Let me know in the chat which one you like best. But this section is called, if you didn't already guess, Woke Panic. And first off, on tonight's Woke Panic, Kid Rock betrayed the conservative movement. You know, Kid Rock, he was really serious about boycotting Bud Light. He wasn't just faking. He wasn't just shooting Bud Light cans because he's an opportunist who just wants attention upon himself, regardless of what he has to say and do to get it. No. He has integrity. He would never do that. But now he's like, boycott's over. Hey, they just gave $100 million to the UFC, and I never actually boycotted it to begin with. I still sold it in my bars. I drank it all the time. I was just virtue signaling to the dipshits who think I'm actually one of them, even though I grew up rich as fuck in a mansion and only pretended to be a redneck white trash piece of shit like them in order to make money. Kind of like how Donald Trump put on those ball caps to make people think he was one of them. It's all a big grift. You guys are fucking stupid. But hey, boycott's over. Kid Rock says he's ending his boycott of Bud Light, telling conservative talking head Tucker Carlson on Monday, I think they got the message. Oh, they did. They got the message that you were not allowed to send a single can to a trans influencer or we're going to freak the fuck out, cost you a lot of goddamn money. And stock back up to above where it was, folks. Stock up 5% this year. So, boycott didn't have any lasting effect on the stock price. And you know who really benefited in this? Bill Gates. Bill Gates invested $100 million in the stock when it crashed. He saw right through you guys. He knew that conservatives have the memory of goldfish and it would pop up immediately. And it did. So Bill Gates made some fucking bank. Like that guy needed goddamn more money. And yeah, it's been 256 days, 3/4 of a year, since Bud Light sent a single can, 1 can of beer, with Dilly Mulvaney's face on it to her. And Matt Walsh having a fucking meltdown, mad as shit at Kid Rock and the UFC and all the conservatives who dare in the boycott. He wanted to bankrupt the company, send them a message that they can't ever send a can with somebody we don't like's face on it. Let's watch him whine about it for 2 minutes.
So even if we officially ended the boycott, it wouldn't necessarily matter because the brand is lame now.
Girl, you can't do that.
Customers don't want to be associated with it. Which means that to really end the boycott, we would have to revitalize and repair Bud Light's brand for them. Which is what the Dana Whites and Kid Rocks of the world seem to be trying to do.
Right.
So this is like declaring victory in a war, accepting your enemy's surrender, and then proceeding to give them back all the land you gained.
Yeah, that's capitalism.
In the war, in that case, you are actively forfeiting your own gains. You aren't just letting your enemy bow out. You're helping them repair the damage they caused themselves.
Actually,
why would we do that?
They didn't. There was no way they could foresee that you guys were going to freak out and blow that out of proportion and shove it down everybody's goddamn throat. Like, literally none of us would have even heard about the Dylan Mulvaney situation if conservative snowflakes would have melted goddamn about it and spread it everywhere. It was you guys who did it.
Why should we? What do we gain? I know UFC gains $100 million. Good for them.
Bill Gates.
But what about the rest of us? What about the movement? What about the culture?
You guys didn't gain anything to begin with. I mean, you did. You got clicks selling this fake outrage to the idiots that watch you. And I understand why you're mad, because you want to continue to milk the woke panic cow. So that's why you're complaining about it. But nobody else got shit out of this, okay? Nobody benefited from the fact that a single can with Dylan Mulvaney's face on it would no longer be sent to any trans influencer. It had no effect on anybody, still doesn't. You're just whining for no reason.
What do we get out of this mercy?
Nothing. You never did.
All the conservatives I see online, and there's plenty of them, were saying, oh, no, they gave $100 million to UFC. What the hell do you get out of that? What does your family get out of it? You didn't get anything to begin with. Had nothing to do with it. What about your children? That's what this is really about, isn't it?
No.
The people that are pushing this insanity
You're the one
onto a
insanity.
culture that our children have to live in?
Yeah, you're the one doing that.
Does that become better now because UFC got some money?
No, it doesn't change in any way.
What the hell is wrong with you? Have some self-respect. And on top of it all, you know what?
What?
It has to be said.
Say it.
Like, Bud Light sucks anyway.
I mean,
it's a bad product. It tastes like stale rainwater scooped out of a murky puddle on the pavement.
It's beer.
This is not just the most effective conservative boycott in history. It's also the easiest.
I mean, all beer tastes bad. You don't
because
drink for the
nobody with
taste.
functioning taste buds has any desire to drink that sludge anyway.
Or
so
any beer.
That's what it comes down to. We can do what is effective, what is right, and also what is at the very same time easy, which is to not drink this. Or we can.
Or you can do something even easier. Not give a shit. Just move on with your fucking life and never think about it. That, by far, the easiest goddamn thing to do there, Matt Walsh. And then, on the woke panic. He freaked out about it, folks. That wasn't the only video he put out. There's something so horrifyingly spellbinding in a grown man throwing a public temper tantrum because of other people have lost interest in his obsession with Dylan Mulvaney. Look how many posts he has about it. Going back to support Bud Light without getting an apology is not in any sense a win. This shouldn't even be a conversation. The Bud Light boycott is one time in modern history conservatives have staged an effective boycott. Why would you guys boycott? Good morning, folks. Just a reminder, Bud Light boycott is still on. It's still on, y'all. We're still doing it. We're still mad about it. Oh, my God. Build a bridge. Get the fuck over, Matt Walsh. And one more. This could have been on the Beyond parody just as easily, but it's on the woke panic because it is part of spreading woke panic. The most massive, muscular, alpha male any of us have ever known, Tim Pool, would like us all to know that he will not play any video game where the lead character is a woman because women can't kick anybody's ass, unlike Tim Pool, the ultra fucking badass who could just whoop anybody. We all know how awesome, muscular, dangerous Tim Pool is, y'all. So this, in any way, is not completely fucking absurd and embarrassing.
But here's my thing. When I play GTA, okay, you are running around punching and beating people and shooting people and stealing cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, personally, I don't want to play a female character. It's not, I don't know if it really matters, but it's kind of weird in my mind. And, you know, you can tell me that I'm wrong or something. I don't know. It's just how I feel.
Insecure, not comfortable enough in your own manhood. overcompensating for a shortcoming and perish to be bald?
Like, this lady is going to run up to a random guy in the street and punch him, and he's going to go down? Nah, come on.
Like, you're going to run up to a random guy on the street and punch him, and they're going to go down. Okay? Dude, you are the doughiest, softest bitch I've ever fucking seen. You couldn't beat up a child. What the fuck you talking about, Tim Pool? Have some self-awareness, dude.
Yo, if your average woman ran up to your average guy and swung a fist at him, it's not going to hurt him.
If your average Tim Pool ran up and swung a fist at an average guy, it would glance off and they would laugh at you. Nobody's scared of you, Tim Pool?
It may hurt a little bit, but it's not going to, like, put him down. And then, so my point was, like, okay, so you play as this character, you run up and punch a random guy, and then he just clocks you in the face one time, you go down wasted. You lose all your HP instantly.
That's what would happen to you, Tim Pool. They'd knock your beanie off, and then you would cry, and then you would soil yourself, and then you would run away.
And then you wake up outside the hospital. But here's my thing.
Just nuts and hilarious. Good God. Buy a fucking clue. You're rich enough, Tim Pool. And that is my woke panic this week. Can't wait to see which of the new logos you guys like the best. Be sure to let me know in the chat. Dusty needs to fight Tim Pool. I will. If Tim Pool wants to fight me for charity, I absolutely promise you I will knock your fucking teeth down your goddamn throat. But as I've said before, he's never going to do it because he would have to take the beanie off. And we know he's never going to do that. So I have nothing to fear for sure. It's in the game. He definitely needs a game to feel masculine. That's for fucking sure. It's fucking game, not real life. Yeah, that's his problem with it. The woman. Not the fact that you can kill people and then get killed yourself and then just show up in a hospital out a couple $100, which is the dumbest thing. It's the woman part that he's really upset about. But, I mean, he makes, what can I say, $10 million, $15 million a year doing this shit. So, I mean, you can't really hate on him for it. As dumb as it is, it's very lucrative. So, don't hate the player, hate the game. Stitched on at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Just needs to get a chin strap for it. Problem solved. Beanie is the source of all his power. Yep. I guess that's why he doesn't have any. It's a bad source of power. He definitely does not come across as very masculine at all. Not something that would make a person fear in any way. And all right, move along, folks. Let's see. Am I going to do a combo? What the fuck? Beyond parody? All right, let's just do a combo. What the fuck? Beyond parody for the halftime. Hell yeah. What the Beyond parody? You nailed it as always. And first off, you guys know what main character syndrome is? It's where you are convinced that you're the main character of the universe. And like, I show people feel that way because you really are sort of the main character of your whole universe. Like everything revolves around you personally, right? Your entire universe that you're aware of is all your senses, you know, drinking things in, and then your mind cranking the numbers and your little computer brain spitting out your perception of the world based on those things. And so everything revolves around you, right? But also, like, it doesn't really. There are other people that exist in the world, and you shouldn't behave like you're the only person that exists. That's sociopathic. Anyway, brings me to this week's main character. Virginia high school principal apologized for her tone-deaf post. Here's her post. Over here, here's her posting her with her little tight outfit on and her little coffee cup. Says, losing a student is never easy for a building principal. Still smiling, still standing, still leading, still teaching, learning, and growing. Yeah! Unlike that dead motherfucker that killed himself, I'm still killing it out here. Looking fucking scrumptious. Basically a snack, y'all. Killing it. Unlike that motherfucker who's already been killed. So just saying, holla at you, girl. I'm like, no, you don't make it all about you. Tiffany, narcissism. I think that's her name. Yikes. And then, I don't know why, folks, but for some reason, I want to fuck this foosball table. Something about it. I just want to hump it. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. They make this for kids. That's a kid's foosball table. Oh, no, you don't. Where's Sean head at? Obviously, pedos, right? It's a conspiracy, y'all. Don't know. And then, you guys see this one? I don't know when this video came out. It's new to me. But this guy has a knife in the back of his hand, right? And he's trying to stab a security guard. Okay, that's bad enough. But how do you have a knife and then fail to stab somebody who don't have a knife? It's so easy to stab somebody. You just walk up to them and you stab them. You would have to be so inept and incompetent to fail at stabbing somebody when you're in stabbing range. Anyway, let's watch this fool not stab somebody when he's in stabbing range. So he's like, ooh, I'm tough. Another alopecia ball sack. I got a knife in my back pocket. So the guy comes, kicks him down. And he's like, oop. And look, he's swinging, misses again, gets kneed, gets punched in the face. Again, misses. Oh my God, gets knocked down. How do you get your ass whipped when you have a fucking knife in your hand? You are the biggest pussy that ever lived. Is that Tim Pool without the beanie? It's gotta fucking be. Let's watch that again, folks. I gotta see it again. So he got the knife. He a big tough guy. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna hold it by my back. The guy won't even know. Gets kicked down first. And he's like, oh shit. I'm gonna get up and stab. Misses. Gets kneed again. Stab, stab, misses again. Knock the fuck out. Stab, stab, misses again. Get punched when you're down. Kneed in the solar plexus. Yeah, just give up, dude. If you can't take a guy out with a knife when he only got it at your fist, then you just deserve to get your ass whipped. Just saying. Wreck. And then we right along to the Beyond parody. You guys remember this? I showed you this before when it first came out. If you haven't seen this before, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is not real, Dusty. This is clearly a parody. This is some kind of comedy show. This is a guy acting on a comedy show. There is a 0% chance this is real, but it's real. There was a convicted sex offender who was wanted in the United States. He went over to Scotland and then took a fake identity. And then he went on Sky News and pretended to be this fake identity where he was in a wheelchair or something, couldn't walk, had bad health problems. But unfortunately for him, he's the worst actor in the entire world. So it comes off like a really bad Benny Hill comedy bit. But this is real, y'all.
I am not Nicholas Allenby, and I do not know how to make this clear.
He stuck to his story in an interview with Dateline's Andrea Canning.
People say that's an act. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly.
Exactly. Anyway, yes, that's an old clip, but the reason I'm playing it is because he lost his appeal and they're bringing him back to the United States. So he gonna be back in the States for too long and charged with his crimes. Amazing that did not work. It's old. Would you guys shut the fuck up for a second? Let me update the goddamn story for you. Maybe there's a reason I'm showing you, old chat. Maybe. I know what the fuck I'm doing. It's my job. And then on Beyond Parody, Good Liars are back, y'all. Love me some Good Liars. And oh my God, it's so hard to believe that these people who think the word cuck is the biggest insult in the world. Think another guy fucking your wife or your girlfriend is like the best way to belittle you. Yet every single one of them are amazing cucks. Like, I cannot imagine considering another man who I don't work for my boss or my daddy or anything like this. But watch how these people emasculate themselves to suck Trump's nuts.
What brought you here today?
My boss is here, so I'd come to see him.
Who's your boss?
President Trump.
He's your boss?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
He's all of our bosses.
He's not at all.
In what way? That he tells you what to do?
He don't tell me what to do. He runs the country in a good way that nobody else can.
He doesn't.
So I consider him my boss because basically they run this country like a business.
Does it bother you that he ran a lot of his businesses into bankruptcy, though?
No, it don't bother me at all.
Of course not.
No, it don't bother me at all.
Nothing.
I don't care if he.
I don't give a shit.
If he runs the country like a business, he could like bankrupt
I don't care if he was smoking crack with Hunter. I don't care. I'm going to vote for him. I don't care what happens. I'm voting for him.
Even if he was smoking crack with Hunter Biden?
Hell yes, I would.
What do you say to people who...
He don't give a shit. I don't care what he does, folks. He could murder my children right in front of me. He could flay their skin off their body and fry them up and eat them like crackling. I'd still vote for my daddy. I'd do anything for this man, and I do believe I mean anything. And yep, Cuck. That is what you guys are. And then, read the room, bitch. Deanna Lorraine is like, BLM is now canceling families. I found out some of my fam had a get-together last night. I wasn't invited. Take the hint. Haven't seen them in months. Apparently, some of my cousins have been very offended with me saying all lives matter and dropping facts about BLM, so they didn't want me there. Sad, yeah. It's because you're racist, bitch. It's a straight way of saying my family won't hang out with me because I'm racist. Good on your family. I want to hang out with them. At least they know what the fuck's up. Folks, you guys know how to cure chemtrails, which are a real thing that actually exists. They're not contrails. No, sir. They're chemtrails. Government dumping a lot of chemicals on us with airplanes. Don't think about it. Anyway, there's a foolproof way that you can solve the chemtrail problem in your neighborhood. How to defeat the chemtrails on a hot, sunny day. Get a towel. Soak it in cheap, clear vinegar. Then hang it on a wash line. I'm on my third go today. The sky was completely covered in that milky white crap. So I did my tea towel thing twice, and an hour later they were gone. It's almost like they just disappear on their own after the jet goes by for a while. Don't know if they noticed the huge hole I made in their chemtrailing, but they came back. So one more go should dissipate these few in a half an hour. Something about the vinegar neutralizes or alkalizes them. I've cleared a massive hole of just clear blue sky right above me for most of the afternoon now. If we all do it, the amount of money they're wasting on these chemtrails, and we can zap them all out with tea towels soaked in clear vinegar. Definitely, folks. I mean, yeah, they seem like they're way, way up in the sky, and it doesn't seem like a little towel soaked in vinegar could affect them in any way possible. But what you don't understand is, it's magic, and we ain't got to explain shit, all right? All above your doors, vinegars on your dirty clotheslines. It just works. Trust me. Source, my ass. And then, one more. Community notes of violating people. Holy God. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I just saw a poll that he's actually apparently taking votes away from Biden and not Trump. So I said that was going to happen. Seems bad when he's in the race. Trump is beating Biden by even greater numbers. Anyway, he always trying to shit on the Ukraine and Zelensky, and he's like, Zelensky is literally meeting with defense contractors, because Zelensky tweeted, I met with leaders of U.S. defense companies and expressed my gratitude to every American worker who manufactures weapons that help us safeguard our people and defend our land. And RFK Jr. is like, Zelensky is literally meeting with the defense contractors. Oh no, I was right about him. Only he got bodied by the committee notes, which say, Ukraine is currently fighting a war. Weapons used to fight wars. Defense contractors sell weapons. That's sort of how the whole goddamn thing works. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Worst own ever, dude. Holy God. And that is my Beyond Parody. What the fuck? All of it. Hell yeah. And folks, I have a patron. If you're watching this video right now, and you clearly are, if you're hearing my words right now, there is a link in the description of the video. You click on the More button right here, boom, and then the first link is to my Patreon. Could you click on that, and please consider becoming a patron. If you like the art, please support it so I can continue doing it. If you don't support the art, it disappears. That's how this shit works. So please support the show and the Floating Cat so I can continue doing the world's greatest show forever. Thank you in advance. You also get exclusive access to all of the after parties and content that I create for patrons only, which there's a bunch of it. So please consider becoming a patron. I thank you in advance. And now, let's do some P.O. Box. I got some shit by P.O. Box. Somebody sent this. Who is it? Who is it? Talking about shit I need. Superhero Glenn Masuko. Glenn Masuko, definitely appreciate you. And sent me, it's not treats, baby. Flea medication. Holy God, my never-ending war with the fleas. It's like ammo from defense contractors. Thank you. I appreciate you, a hero. It means a lot. And then I'm guessing this one's probably from BBC. BBC always hooking me up with the cat treats. All right, move out the way. Move out the way. Move out the way. Move out the way. Temptations! Crunchy for cats. Oh, they're going to love this. Temptations for cats. Hell yeah. They'll love that shit. And more temptations. All right. Not now, guys. So we have to wait till after the show. I will give you some of BBC stuff. I'm guessing it's BBC. Oh, it gave me 2. There's 2 things of temptations in here. Hell yeah. And I'm guessing, yeah, it is. This should keep the kitties fat and happy for a hot minute. Cheers, brother, from Big Black Corvette. Big Black Corvette. Hell yeah. All right. For the kitty party from Big Black Corvette. Awesome. You rock, BBC. They are very excited, as you can tell. And you guys gotta wait to the after party. All right. It's coming. And on our BBC. And all right. Let's read the super chats. Hell yeah, let's do it. All right, what we got tonight? Boom, boom, boom. Scroll up. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I have been faithfully following your channel and patron for a couple of years now. I am high as balls. Lucky. Shh. I don't get to smoke as much as I want to, but you enjoy that for the both of us. Appreciate you, Perk. Josh LaJohnny, $10. Thank you, Josh. You didn't say anything. You got to. I appreciate you. Free Thinking Secularists, 1 cult of viewership. You rock. Jeff Moore, what up, Jeff? Them lights are the bomb, too. You must have a really cool best friend. Hell yeah. Looking good. I got laid, haha, by Jeff. Get it? Yeah, you do. Paul Cuddleback. Cuddyback. $10 piece now. I wish. Wish I had it like that. But hey, we're working on it. About to do some free Palestinian stuff. So maybe we'll push in the right direction, help things become better than they are now. BBC, what up, BBC? Hit the like button, y'all. Show some love for kitties and puppies. Dusty just wanted to let you know that I will be dropping that Christmas tree off to you soon. When? Happy holidays, brother. Hit some cash for the fur babies. And before I forget, Jesus, Scotty, Jesus, man. Hell yeah, BBC. Can't wait to see you. Thank you for your generosity. You're always fucking awesome to me. Love me some BBC. And Kip Weiland, $10. Have some art money. I will. Thank you for your art money. You rock, Kip. You guys settle down. Be nice to each other. BBC, 10 Cult Dusty memberships. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, BBC. With your socialism. E, what up, E? Still pirating. I know you are, E. Hope you're doing well out there. Appreciate you joining us tonight, E. You're white, Dusty. I am very white. You have never lied, Valegi. And Isaiah Taylor, $10. Charlie Kirk also asked of Taylor Swift how many eggs she had because he's jealous of her success and Kirk is a jerk. T Swift got me through some homelessness back in 2009. How the hell did she get you through homelessness in 2009? That seems like an interesting story. But yeah, so jealous of Queen Goddess Taylor Swift. Justin Joseph, $5. I usually buy my son Hess truck every Xmas, but skipping it this year since it's a police truck this year. ACAB, yeah, fuck that. Do not encourage that, Justin. Good to see you tonight. Jovan, kitties, hell yeah. All for the cats. Appreciate you. Fenwath, I would totally get a Woke Panic mug. I got to work on that. Merchandise. I hate selling stuff, though, folks. I just want to make content. But I might work on that. Appreciate you, Fenwath. Oh, no. Asazuwa Amayo, which I nailed. I'm getting good at the sales job, Dusty. Fat checks incoming. Woohoo! Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear. Big love to you and congratulations. Nothing but success in the future to you, Asazuwa Amaya. Haha. Digital Shinamagami, $20 Canadian. Watching Matt Walsh whine about their failed boycott is my lifeblood. Keep on rocking, Dusty. I know, right? Their tears. I didn't have me a coffee cup to fill them up with. And E with the socialism. I appreciate you, E. Everybody give E some love. Better show up at the party and rock out with me and E tonight. I name you. Welcome to Us Buddies. Hell yeah, spam the chat with impunity. You know you want to. Says Sophia Tass. Thank God it's Friday. Hell yeah, I get 2 days off. I just had like 4 days off. But hey, I got 2 more days off. Looking forward to the weekend. Gonna play me some more Arizona Sunshine 2, which I am not good at. Big Black Corvette ABC. Before we all get too comfortable in our lives, remember that the guy that is probably going to win the presidency has stolen military secrets in a trapper keeper somewhere, and our government is fine with it. We are doomed. Yep, our president doesn't seem to care. But hey, maybe we can make him care. We're going to talk about that in the Ride with Biden section. Maybe his ego can be nudged in the right direction where he'll realize I don't want to be responsible for the end of democracy in America, so I'm going to take my ass and go sit at my fucking house. Maybe not, though. We are doomed. I hope not, BBC. but at least we're doing it together. R Bananas $5. What up, R? Hi, fellow dust buddies. I feel like crap again and have no energy to chat, but love you. Send you a PayPal donation. Hell yeah, appreciate you, R. You were one of the good ones. I hope you feel better. Welcome, BTL Heroes. Michael Clifton. Once again, spam that chat with impunity. Use all of the emojicons. You know you want to. Quick, 358. Dusty, don't panic. The election is 11 months away. Polling at this point means nothing. All right, I'm going to try not to get angry with you, but that is simply not fucking true. Okay, polls do matter. Okay, now, could they change? Yes, they could change. But they are a canary in a coal mine. They are a weather vane. They're letting us know which direction the country is going in. And just to completely ignore them would be incredibly fucking stupid and foolish, okay? You don't just stick your head in the sand and say, oh, polling is completely meaningless in every way. No, it's not. It's showing you the direction the country's going, and the direction is bad. And then you use the poll, and you're like, hey, we can change it. Right now, we still have time. We still have 10 months away, 11 months away. We can change it right now. We can heed the warning that these polls are giving us, and we can pressure. We can push in the right direction we want to go in, instead of being like, nope, man, nothing to see here. Let's just completely ignore it until like it's not happening. That is very foolish. Not going to get angry. Thank you. Thank you, Quick. Keeping my calm tonight. Please do not put your head in the sand, though. I'm not panicking, but I mean, sort of getting to that time. And Jason Ashby, $10 today. I appreciate you, Jason. You rock. Good to see you tonight at ACAB. Hell yeah. And also, still please how to get super chats in, folks. Going to read all the rest of them at the end of the show. I didn't show you guys the super chats, but I read them. That's all you need. You don't need me to even show them to you. Reading them is the most important part. And all right, move along, folks. It's time for the Free Palestine section. A little bit shorter tonight, but still got to cover this. Oop, I didn't pull up the... There we go. Boom! Free Palestine. Do what we can, trying to shove our evil government in the right direction. Now, according to Al Jazeera, once again, folks, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know to which degree it is true. I don't trust Hamas as much as I don't trust the IDF or the Israeli government. I don't particularly trust Al Jazeera that much. So I don't know. But this is what they're reporting. The IDF stormed a school with refugees in northern Gaza, took the men and shot the women and children execution style. That's what's being reported. That's what I clicked on. This woman claims that she saw it happen. The Israeli soldiers came in and opened fire on them, a woman at the scene said. They took all the men that entered classrooms, opened fire on a woman and all the children with her. The woman said there were newborn children among them. The Israeli soldiers executed those innocent families at point blank, she added. I don't know if that's true, but like, I've seen so many dead bodies. I've seen so many indiscriminate bombings. I've seen them bomb hospitals, schools, mosques. It's very hard to tell which atrocities they're committing are real and which atrocities they're committing are not real. And there's videos. Footage shows bodies piled up after Israeli attacks on Gaza's school. The exclusive video and images obtained by Al Jazeera this morning show bodies piled up inside the Shadia Ghazala school in the Al Fallujah area. At least 2 people at the school said a number of people, including women, children, and babies, were killed execution style by Israeli soldiers. And I don't know if these pictures are related, but there are pictures of dead bodies. As always, I don't want to show you. I didn't mean to show you that. But, like, they bombed the hospital so much. This is not a dead body. This is a kid they're trying to save. They have him in the middle of the floor. And there's nowhere they can. He's got his arms amputated. They bombed the shit out of the hospitals, and there's nowhere else they can help these people. So they're just desperate and doing where they can to keep these kids alive and mildly comfortable, I guess, until they pass away. And I can't show you this. Israeli call it mowing the grass. Westerners call it self-defense. Everyone else calls it genocide. It's just a picture of the dead bodies of children, and I want to show you. I don't want to look at this stuff myself, much less have to show you guys this. I know you don't want to see it, and I don't want to show it to you, but it exists. And it's the worst shit you can possibly imagine. And there's seemingly an unlimited amount of it. This is why I had to take Wednesday off. There's only so much of this I can look at. Meanwhile, the war theater continues. This guy apparently is a medical student. They're trying to pretend so hard they're rounding up Hamas. So they're just taking these people. They seem to be mostly civilians. Even according to Israeli themselves, they're mostly civilians. Only a very, very small percentage of these people that they're doing this to are actually members of Hamas. And yeah, some of them have guns because they're living in a very dangerous area with terrorists, like literal Hamas terrorists and other groups with assorted bad men. So yes, some of the hospitals, they need weapons to protect themselves, and they need weapons to protect the patients with. But anybody with a weapon, I guess, is considered part of Hamas. They strip them down, they humiliate them, they embarrass them, and then they march them out in front of the cameras to make it look like they're actually doing something. I guess to excuse all the child murder. And yeah, the trainee doctor identified in this picture has been forced to pose with a weapon, being portrayed as a Hamas fighter, surrendering to the IDF, because it's all, wag the dog theater. Meanwhile, they're admitting more and more what I've told you guys in the previous shows. They're killing their own hostages. They don't actually give a shit about their own hostages. Obviously, you don't fucking indiscriminately bomb if you care about the hostages. You don't flood tunnels with seawater if you care about the hostages. They literally killed a lot of their own people on October 7th, they've admitted to, and they're continuously going out there doing it. IDF troops mistakenly opened fire and killed 3 hostages during Gaza battle, spokesman said. IDF spokesman Daniel Hagari says during battles in northern Gaza, Israeli troops mistakenly identified 3 Israeli hostages as threat and opened fire, killing them. They're even saying this on their own Twitter feed. Here's Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. During combat, the IDF mistakenly identified 3 Israeli hostages as a threat, and as a result, fired towards them, and they were killed. So they don't actually give a shit. Like I've said a million times before, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with killing the Palestinians and taking their land. It's just ethnic cleansing. Meanwhile, once again, I agree with Jank. Israel has dropped 29,000 bombs in an area the size of Las Vegas. Nearly half of them are unguided bombs. The U.S. never dropped a bomb that was bigger than 500 pounds in a residential area in Iraq. Israel is dropping 2,000-pound bombs. This is indiscriminate massacre of civilians. Of course it is. They've already said their whole goal is to thin out the Palestinian people. They want a large buffer between them and any Palestinian people. They're going to just take large swaths of land, and there's never going to be enough buffer because they're going to fill up the buffer lines, and they're going to need more buffer, and they're going to fill the buffer up, they're going to need more buffer, so they're going to take over Palestine. That's the entire point of all this. This is the entire point of their war crimes they're committing. Very obvious. Nobody with half a brain could deny this now, except for, our own government, who continues to shit in our mouth and tell us it's pumpkin pie, right? Gaslighting. So, a temporary ceasefire allowed for the release of hostages, but the U.S. vetoed it, right? In fact, right after, when they knew 5,000 children were dead, they responded by sending bigger bombs, 2,000-pound bombs, so they could bomb more children in residential areas. So, of course, these fucking assholes, the Joe Biden administration, gets out there. John Kirby, spokesman for the National Security Council, wears a dog tag calling for the release of the kidnapped. Bring them home now. Yeah, nice necklace while you send 2,000-pound bombs that they're dropping over there that's killing hostages, while the IDF themselves are the ones killing the hostages. But awesome necklace you got there. Just gaslighting of the highest goddamn order. Meanwhile, here's Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant telling U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, hey, that, this war is going to take a while. So for those of you who think it's going to be wrapped up pretty quickly, those of you who think that they're listening to the United States, no. It's going to get worse and worse and worse for Biden unless he actually decides to publicly stand up to them, which it doesn't seem like he has any intention of doing.
So thank you for being side by side with us in this effort. The Hamas is a terror organization that built itself for a decade to fight Israel. And they built infrastructure under the ground and on the ground. And it is not easy to destroy them. It will take and require a long period of time. It will last more than several months. But we will win and we will destroy them. So thank you once again for coming to Israel, for helping us, and for supporting us. And I'm looking forward to our meeting.
Man, Joe Biden going to tell us that one of the biggest threats to the United States are white supremacists, or right-wing terrorist groups, and yet they are funding one of the most insane right-wing terrorist groups in the entire world. I dare say the Israeli government is crazier than any white supremacist group in the United States right now. I don't know of any white supremacist group who are trying to kill 6,000 black children with bombs. Not that they wouldn't, but they're not, as far as I can tell. But Israel fucking doing it. Yet Joe Biden will fund them every day of the week, suck their dick, lick their butthole every goddamn day. Just the gaslighting is fucking insane. It's very angering. Meanwhile, everybody that's saying, hey, what we need is a two-state solution. Palestinians need their own state, independent from Israel, independent from the boot on their throat from Israel, all the checkpoints. And Israel needs their own state, separate but fucking equal. That is the solution so many have put forth. But guess who don't like the solution? Guess who has no intention of letting the Palestinian people have their own state? They want the boot on their throats forever until they are ethnically cleansed and gone. Don't believe me? Here's Israeli ambassador Tzipi Hatzvelos, or whatever the fuck this bitch's name is.
You need to do
solution?
what you
Is there
did.
still a chance for a two-state solution?
I think it's about time for the world to realize the Oslo paradigm failed on the 7th of October, and we need to build a new one. And in order to build a new
does
one...
that new one include the Palestinians living in a state of their own? Is that what it includes?
I think the biggest question is what type of Palestinians are on the other side. This is what Israel
No,
realized
do they
on
have a
7th of
state,
October.
though?
The answer is absolutely no, and I'll tell you why.
Well, then how
because
can
at
there
the
be
moment,
peace? And how can there be peace in
the reason there is no peace
Israel
is because the
How
Palestinians...
can, without offering
Mark,
a state to Palestine, how
Mark,
can there be peace in Israel?
Israel knows today, and the world should know now, the reason the Oslo Accords failed is because the Palestinians never wanted to have a state next to Israel. They want to have a state from the river to the sea.
So the two-state solution...
Literally, it seems like you don't want to have a state either. So, yeah, I don't want a state. They don't want a state, but they're to blame for not wanting a state. Just giving the game up, but nope. The entire plan is to kill them all or just drive them off their land. They'd be fine with that. Drive them to Egypt or whatever and take all their shit. Pretty clear. Meanwhile, the White House is pretending that they're upset, but they ain't actually doing anything about it. They're just sending bigger and bigger bombs. Unprecedented tensions between White House and Netanyahu as Biden feels political price for standing with Israel, yet still not speaking out, still not taking any steps whatsoever to turn the tide, to get all the left-wing people, all the young people, all the Muslims that voted for him back on his side. Nothing. So it's all just complete fucking bullshit. Meanwhile, Israel back doing what Israel loves to do, assaulting journalists. Anybody that's brave enough to go to that area and actually report what is happening. This is how they get treated.
Çekti, silahın ucuyla vurdu.
Smack him in the head with the gun.
Evet.
Bully him, punch him.
Silahın tekini çekti.
Point guns
Vur
at
beni
him.
dedi, arkasını döndü.
Intimidate him.
Müdahaleler var. Çok sert müdahaleler var.
I mean, I guess it's, look, kick him in the head while he's down. Yep.
İşte gazeteci,
As somebody
Müslüman,
said earlier, these people that are training out of our police force, and you can see
buna
where they get this influence
ucuyla
from.
çok sert vurdu. Halil gel.
And then they go
Şu
over
an
and start
silahın
punching the
tetiğini
guy
bile
who's
bize
recording him
doğruladı
do
ki
it.
çok üzülerek söylüyorum
fucking
ki
terrorist
bir
organization.
meslektaşımız çok ciddi bir şekilde yaralandı.
No freedom of speech, no freedom of the press, nothing. They will kill you and you will love it. Meanwhile, this was from 2012. This is 11 years ago. But shit ain't changed. Human rights violation. That's anti-Semitic hate speech, buddy, as they kill Palestinian women and children. The same exact shit. Ain't nothing changed in over a decade, y'all. And I guess it's never going to. Because even the people on our side who are supposed to fight back, who are supposed to push back, who are supposed to help change this, are the worst you can possibly imagine. And here's a Breitbart. Remember a little while back, spreading this propaganda. Israel prepares for possible fentanyl-filled rockets from Hamas Hezbollah. Oh my God. Who could fall for this bullshit? I guess 90-year-old Fox News viewers, the same people that believe that a cop OD'd because he accidentally touched a bag with fentanyl in it. Talk about the most ineffective rockets in history. Can you imagine a bomb filled with fentanyl? Just so stupid. But that's how dumb they think people are, because people are that dumb. This is how low level the propaganda is. Meanwhile, did you guys hear about how people in America are freaking out about this shit. A middle school teacher in Georgia was arrested for threatening to decapitate a 7th grade student who said she found the Israeli flag offensive. I guess he brought an Israeli flag into class, and she was like, yeah, Israel is committing war crimes. That seems pretty political. Maybe you shouldn't have that in class. And he freaked out about it because he's a Jew. He's a God man. How dare you say anything bad about a Jew? The student says she found the flag offensive due to Israelis killing Palestinians. Reese then told the student she was being anti-Semitic. After that, several different witnesses independently say they heard Reese say he would kick her fucking ass, slit her goddamn throat, and drag her ass outside and cut her head off. A faculty member says she heard Reese say, "You don't make an anti-Semitic comment like that to a Jew." The witness says the student responded negatively to Reese, but was not yelling. I imagine she did respond negatively to that. The witness says the students left the classroom, but Reese followed them down the hallway. The same witness says Reese was later seen returning to his classroom, cursing extremely loudly. The witness says he was yelling that he should not be spoken to like that because he is a Jew. Blink, blink, blink, blink. Yeah, people can speak to you any way they fucking want to. It's America. We still have the First Amendment. We still have the right to the freedom of speech. I mean, I know a lot of people like to get rid of that, but you ain't got rid of it yet. So maybe go fuck yourself and look for a job, because I'm guessing they're going to fire his ass, I hope. And then you guys hear about this one. I said free speech wasn't dead in this country, but I guess I'm wrong about that, because now they're expelling children from their school for things their parents are posting on social media. Here's a case where this kid, Jad Abu Hamda, got booted out of his school because of what his mom posted on Instagram.
I'm disappointed and I'm sad.
15-year-old Jade Abu Hamda, speaking at a news conference with his mother, insists he did nothing wrong.
If they said I did something, but it wasn't bad, even that didn't happen. I just didn't do anything at all.
Abu Hamda has attended Pinecrest School in Fort Lauderdale since first grade. Last month, the school fired his mother, Maha Al-Masri, a Palestinian-American woman who had been a math tutor at Pinecrest, and expelled her son.
Sad for my child, who was deprived of finishing his high school career.
It's all because of a series of posts on her personal Instagram account that the school deemed hateful and incendiary. In a statement, Pinecrest School says that Maha's post included an image of a soldier pointing a machine gun at an infant inside of an incubator and an image with commentary suggesting that some wanted to roast babies in an oven.
None of my posts were inciting violence.
The mother and son, along with their attorney, spoke at the Council of American Islamic Relations of Florida.
This is about Jad's expulsion. He did nothing, but is suffering consequences, we feel, just by association.
The school responded with a statement saying, the student handbook and enrollment agreement make clear that if a parent engages in behavior that is disruptive, intimidating, or overly aggressive, the school may take the action that it deems necessary to address the situation.
Our main concern is not only with Jad and his mother. Our main concern is suppressing the right of Americans to express what they feel within their heart is to be decent human rights.
But that's the point. The point is to shut us up. The point is that if you dare speak out against Israel, against their war crimes, against their genocide in any fucking way, not only are you going to get fired, your kids are going to get kicked out of school, it's going to affect your whole fucking family, okay? Who do you think you are speaking out? Keep your fucking mouth shut, Americans. You do what you're fucking told. You pay for our war crimes. You pay for our bonds, and you be happy that we let you do it. That's the goddamn situation we find ourselves in right now. And you know who's responsible? Joe fucking Biden. Fuck all y'all who tell me he ain't. And people are losing their goddamn minds, folks. At the Washington Post, they just got up Christmas decorations. Green, white, red. The other side's blue. It's Christmas shit. Meanwhile, on the last night of Hanukkah, the Washington Post building appears to be lit up in the colors of the Palestinian flag. Holy God. Yeah, everybody should be on the lookout for this notorious Hamas operative. He might be coming down your chimney. He's got a bag. Might want to shoot first, ask questions later. Just crazy world right now. Meanwhile, this is how scary it is, folks. This is one of the main people who is training OpenAI. You know, Chat GPT, the future of artificial intelligence. Here's a head of research, Tal Broda, who posts, this is the Beverly Hills of Gaza. This is where all the leaders of Hamas have their palaces, or should I say had their palaces. And let there be no doubt, the IDF is just getting started. And he's like, more! No mercy! IDF, don't stop! Not enough children have died yet. Yep, this is the guy training the AI. So hey, when the AI kills us all, we know exactly who to blame. Hopefully he'll go first. Get him, AI. And then... this is the kind of propaganda they're putting out to try to shit on Palestinians, but it's not very well researched or thought out, I don't think. Clear racism. Imagine if they did this in the United States. Aiden says, Palestinian literacy went from 22% to 97% since Israel was created. Be thankful to Zionists for teaching you how to read. That's right, you primitives. The only reason you guys know how to read is because of us Zionists. Haven't the Jews done so much for you? Taught you how to read? No, the Jews have done nothing to help them to read. If anything, the Jews have done the opposite. Bombed the schools, made the average life expectancy like 20 years old. The literacy rate in the entire world has skyrocketed since the industrial age. Has nothing to do with you, but here's the crazy part. The literacy rate in Palestine is actually higher than it is in Israel. So, did you teach them how to read, or did they teach you how to read? I don't know. Hoisted by your own petard. Meanwhile, it almost seems like there's a double standard here a little bit. Remember Hillary Clinton? If Russian leadership would rather not be accused of committing war crimes, they should stop bombing hospitals. Amazingly silent now, aren't you, sea hag bitch? Where you at, Hillary? No guts, no integrity whatsoever. And don't worry, folks, she's going to have an even bigger role in the next Biden administration, so super cool. Meanwhile, you know who's cool and fresh and hip with all the kids these days? Dr. Phil. You can tell by the jacket he is wearing. And I guess the IDF check cleared. So he on the air saying shit like this now.
As an American, I grow increasingly appalled at the anti-Semitism permeating so much of our country.
I grow increasingly appalled by that jacket.
Especially by so many students at our elite universities, which have become left liberal woke hotbeds, fostering intellectual rot.
So just the same exact right-wing bullshit coming out of Israel. These paid mouthpieces to spread this propaganda to us. No shame, no integrity. But what the fuck you do expect? They're basically using our dollars. Here's a great example of it. Just telling us outright who owns us. AIPAC says more than 95% of AIPAC-backed candidates won their election last night. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. Yeah! We've given them $300 billion. They take a small percentage of that, buy up our politicians, and you almost can't win unless you suck their assholes, folks. This is how the game is played. People like Fetterman and Joe Biden sold us all goddamn out, every fucking one of us, and don't give a shit. And last but not least, at least there are a couple parody videos to sort of lift our spirits a little bit. This guy's doing some great parody videos on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This is what a lot of motherfuckers who message me say. It's complicated, Dusty. You don't understand. It's so complicated, which makes me want to throw so many goddamn middle fingers. Anyway, I got your It's Complicated right here.
Housing disputes. Oh my God. Are you two still squabbling? Christ, I thought you'd have sorted it out amongst yourselves by now.
Squabbling? He turned up at my house one day and kicked me out, claiming it was his.
It's true though. This is my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad's house, I think.
He forced me to live in the shed, and when I fought back, he wiped out my entire family. And now he's trying to blow the shed up with me in it. Yeah. Not true. I told you, if you leave the shed quietly and pitch a tent next door, I probably won't kill you. Okay, I've heard enough, yeah. Let me think, see if I can sort this out for you. Okay, you were living here, he came along, get out of the house, stuck you in the shed, killed your whole family. Nah, beats me. It's complicated, isn't it? It really is. It's a right Rubik's Cube. Am I here? Like, can you hear me when I'm talking? I think the best we can do, really, is, give you more explosives to blow the shed up anyway, first and foremost. Well, I gotta defend myself. Now, be careful with them. You hear me? Yeah, minimize damage. Be surgical. Be surgical blowing up a shed. All right, calm down. He's very volatile, isn't he? You get something too. All good?
Yep, pretty much. They can do whatever they want to, kill whoever they want to. And our leadership will turn a blind eye and they will gaslight us about it every goddamn step of the way. Which brings us into my next section. Riding with Biden. Right off the goddamn cliff. And first off on Ride with Biden, so the economy seems good. You know, relatively speaking, of course. It was a low bar. But we just hit all-time highs on the Dow Jones, if that sort of thing means anything to you. Here's Larry Kudlow having to begrudgingly admit it on Fox Business Live.
This is a huge day for the stock market. The Dow Jones hitting an all-time high, closing at 512 points and 30 cents. Look at this. Here's Charles. This is a huge day for the stock market.
Banger of a day, if you're into that sort of thing. But meanwhile, Biden is currently losing every single swing state, folks. For those of you who are like, ignore it, Dusty. It's not happening. It's not happening. Hey, ignoring things is always the best way to handle it, folks. Let's pretend it's not happening. But it is happening. The only states in our union that actually matter, these swing states, are the ones who exclusively decide the presidency. Trump up by 47 to 42, up by 5 points overall in all the swing states. In Arizona, Trump up by 4. In Georgia, Trump up by 6. Michigan, +4. Nevada, +3. North Carolina up huge, +9. Pennsylvania, +2. Wisconsin, +4. Every single swing state, folks. Now, could he change this? Could he move the numbers in the right direction? Sure, if he tried. Is he trying? No, he is doing the exact opposite. He is trying to push all the youth, all the Muslims, black folks, everybody who is horrified at what's happening in Israel, Gaza, just making it fucking worse. Here he is making one of the most insane claims you'll ever fucking hear for no reason. There's no reason for him to say shit like this. This is not true. This is literally goddamn fucking crazy what he's saying right now, but it's not goddamn stopping this sleepy ass zombie motherfucker.
Were there no Israel, there wouldn't be a Jew in the world.
Let me start over again just so I can show you how crazy this is.
Were there no Israel, there wouldn't be a Jew in the world that was safe.
Were there no Israel, there would not be a Jew on the earth that's safe. What the fuck are you talking about? First off, Jews, people who live in Israel, have the largest incidence of dual citizenship. Secondly, there are 6 million Jews in the United States. What are you saying? If Israel ceased to exist tomorrow, we would just kill all the Jews in America? No, we fucking wouldn't. What is Israel some kind of magic beacon that's mere existence, sends pulses of magic across the globe, who just keep all the Jews safe? Is that what you're fucking saying? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's just fucking stupid. It's insulting. You're gaslighting. This is the exact goddamn opposite of what you fucking need to do to win. Why are you continuously doing this, Joe Biden? I mean, I know why. I know he loves Israel more than he loves America. He doesn't care if Donald Trump takes over. He doesn't care if Donald Trump ends democracy in America. He doesn't care if Donald Trump becomes a dictator. Whatever it takes. He doesn't even care if the Pope, who according to his own religion is God's mouthpiece on earth, tells him he's wrong. None of it fucking matters. And I agree with Hassan, a wild thing to say as the president of the United States of America, which is definitely a part of the world and has a Jewish population of 6.3 million people, but it don't fucking matter. He seems goddamn out of it. He's not the same Joe Biden he even was when he was running for president a couple years ago. He seems to be declining very rapidly. Meanwhile, his own people are trying to stand up against him. I showed you guys the letter that they anonymously wrote to him on the last show. This time, they're outside of the White House. His own fucking staff. This is unprecedented as far as I know. It is, in fact, historic. Biden staffers organized a vigil outside of the White House, calling on their boss to call for a ceasefire. His own people against him, and he's not listening to goddamn anybody. He don't give a fuck. We have to get this motherfucker out of there before it's too late. But I know. Ignore it, Dusty. Ignore it. Ignore it. Let's follow him off the cliff, y'all. Let's just do it, right? Let's say that there is no hope of getting him out of office. There's no hope of getting him to resign. There's no hope of getting anybody in there to take his place. The worst thing that could happen by pushing him is maybe he puts pressure on Israel to not bomb as many children. So even the worst case scenario of doing this is very positive. The people that want to stick their head in the sand and not fucking say anything, not push him, not put any pressure on him. I don't goddamn stand where you're fucking coming from. It's like you're goddamn morons. It's like you're the worst poker players fucking ever. If you just let him know that regardless of what he's going to fucking do, you're going to vote for him anyway. He's got your vote 100% no matter what he decides. What motivation does he have? What pressure does he have? None. You're giving the fucking game away. It's like the worst tell ever. Wake the fuck up, dummies. Anyway, that's my ride with Biden coverage. I got a couple of heroes coming up, followed by a palate cleanser. So last chance to get your super chat in if you want to. Ceasefire can't be one-sided, but we've discussed this before. I guess you don't watch the show. So what we're talking about a ceasefire. We're talking about the indiscriminate bombing, right? We're talking about the 8,000 children that have died, the destruction of all the infrastructure. Yes, like if you do a ceasefire and then Hamas is like, no, we're not going to go along with this, and they bomb you, then yes, you can go in. You can surgically strike Hamas. You can kill those people, but killing the thousands of innocent children and saying, oh my God, they're used as human shields, the bombing of hospitals and schools. No, that's what we actually want to stop happening. And actually what should happen is instead of Israel being in charge of this, which they're a terrorist organization, they should be the one going in and doing this. There should be a police action internationally, right? We should have the UN in there. Israel should be out of it. And then if Hamas attacks us, then yes, we'll go in there and surgically fucking wipe their goddamn ass out, right? But we won't do it out of revenge or anything. We'll do it to keep our own fucking people safe, and we'll go out there and root them out one by goddamn one. But yes, I understand what you're saying, but you're missing the entire goddamn point. The point is the fucking genocide. The point is the ethnic cleansing. That's what we want to immediately stop. And by saying what you're saying, okay, you're pushing a straw man, a false narrative that has already been slapped and shot down 1 million goddamn times. Catch the fuck up. And all right. In the occupation, yes, immediately. That's the fucking problem. The boot on the people's neck. You, every single one of you watching me right now, if you were going through what they're going through with the checkpoints, with the occupation, with them stealing your water, with them destroying your infrastructure, with them murdering your children, every goddamn single one of you would fucking fight back. I mean, maybe there's a couple of you that are cowards and you're cucks and you would just sit there and lick their ass out all fucking day long, and you would be the same people like the Jews who turned against the other Jewish people during the Holocaust and actually work for the Nazis. Maybe you're that type of piece of shit. But I think the vast majority of you would rise up and fight back. I really fucking do. Maybe you just don't know. Maybe you're not educated. Maybe you haven't watched the show enough, but I invite you to do so. All right, moving along, folks. I'm trying not to scream as much. Let's finish it off with a few heroes, shall we? We could be heroes just for one goddamn day. And man, dovetails right into the Israeli-Palestinian coverage. But one of the most powerful speeches I've heard in a long time. Incredibly eloquently delivered. at a Chicago City Council. They held a meeting to vote on a resolution in solidarity with Israel, which is nothing. It's just a way to do nothing, pretend like you're doing something. Basically just to back up the war crimes and ethnic cleansing, put your stamp of approval on the horrors that Israel is committing. But a hero among us gave this speech. I don't know if it moved anybody, but it moved me.
Next speaker is Gabriel Miller.
I would like to add my voice to the chorus here today in opposition to this ridiculous resolution. At a time when the rest of the world is condemning Israel for committing war crime after war crime, Chicago is fiddling around on whether to condemn Hamas. By doing so, Chicago will be doing its part in enabling the genocide of Palestinians. And this resolution acts like it's on the side of innocent civilians. So in that case, I'd like to ask, are you considering a resolution condemning Israel for using white phosphorus against the civilian population? Are you considering condemning Israel for its planned war crime of forced removal of 1 million Palestinians from northern Gaza? Are you going to condemn them for cutting off food, water, and electricity to Gaza, another war crime called collective punishment? Did it ever cross your mind to condemn Israel when they assassinated Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Akleh in broad daylight, or when they brutalized the people carrying her coffin peacefully, or when Israeli snipers killed innocent peaceful protesters throughout the March of Return? Did the people in office before you ever consider condemning Israel at any point? Since its inception, when it crammed a country full of people into a 60-mile corner of their own country, creating the largest concentration camp in history, the largest open-air prison in the world? The answer is a resounding no. You never considered it, nor did your ancestors. But unfortunately for you, times have changed. The world is increasingly aware of the crimes of Israel and increasingly aware of the framework of politicians who enable their continued apartheid by resolutions such as these. And in a city like Chicago, with majority black and brown people who have experienced the apartheid-like conditions of oppression in the United States, a generation of young people have emerged who understand immediately that we have everything in common with the Palestinian people and nothing in common with the brutal Zionists under who they suffer. A generation of people who are not surprised when we find out that our politicians, up to our president, spread lies about 40 babies being beheaded in order to rationalize genocide. We're only surprised that they're forced to walk those lies back. But of course, the damage is done. People are still spewing the debunked lies about rape and massacre of babies, even here in this very meeting, when actually there's endless evidence of Israel having killed over 500 babies in the last 48 hours alone, having dropped more bombs in 24 hours than the U.S. dropped on Afghanistan in 1 year. And finally, let it be known that condemning the attack as the actions of some fringe group misses the point of what's going on. The attacks were carried out by a broad coalition of groups from every section of Palestinian society, not just Hamas. That coalition represents a people determined to attain freedom at any cost, and they have arrived at this point in the face of a broad coalition of right-wing Zionists and their supporters like those in the city council who would start a meeting with a prayer calling for their attempt at freedom, a second Holocaust, where are so silent you could hear a rat piss on cotton when innocent, peaceful Palestinians are annihilated day in and day out like the Native Americans of this country. If it were another time, these same people would be condemning Africans for rebelling against their slave masters during slavery, such as Nat Turner or in the Haitian Revolution. Thank you.
Oh my God. Destroyed. Slink the fuck out, motherfuckers. But of course, they have no shame. Our politicians don't care. They're bought and paid for. And even when it's clear what their own constituents won't, like Joe Biden proves to us, they still won't fucking do it. They have no loyalty to us. And then on the heroes, so I hate to even sort of put Gavin Newsom on the heroes list, but we're so starved for any kind of positive role models on the Democrat side now. He's not that big of a positive role model, but he does do a great job speaking, and he does stand up for some really good issues. So, big ups to you on this one here, Gavin Newsom.
And I think we need to assert ourselves. We got to be more assertive. And frankly, Republicans, man, they've been defining the terms CRT, DEI, ESG. No one even understands what these things mean. And we're on the defense. They think the most important issue for our kids is drag shows and trans issues, not gun violence in this country. I mean, on all of these issues, we're on the right side. We just need to get on the other side of our anxiety and doubts and go on the offensive.
All right, well, is that...
Hell yeah, and he's one of the few people that can actually seem like go on the offensive and be effective with it. Joe Biden definitely is not going on the offensive. He's not effective. I mean, the jobs numbers, the economic numbers are great, yet everybody in the country pretty much thinks the economy is shit. And that's Joe Biden's fault. He doesn't know how to utilize social media properly. He doesn't know how to get his message out there properly. He's just too old and ineffectual at his goddamn job, on top of being a fucking war criminal and a child murderer, you know. Dude's got to fucking go. Get Newsom in would be a huge improvement, even though I'm not a giant fan of Newsom in any way. We're talking about a very, very, very fucking low bar. And then last but not least, did you guys see Matt Gaetz get trolled? Got a fake award at an event for allegedly paying underage girls to have sex with you.
Only Republican in Congress who takes no lobbyist money, no special interest money. I work for you, not them. Let's go get them. Thank you all so much.
Like, don't go anywhere. This other guy I recognize, he always trolls conservatives. He's a funny little guy.
Matt Gaetz, we have an award for you. My name is Michael. I'm with the Strongsville GOP. The 2023 Strongsville GOP Award. Thank you all so much. Congratulations for your dedication using Venmo to allegedly paying underage girls to have sex with you. You're so full of it.
They're going to jerk him off there. Here comes the cops. Get out there. I dare you prank Matt Gaetz. Rapey McForehead is above reproach. Throw that in the garbage can. I only sex trafficked an underage girl one time. I only did it one time that you guys know about. So quit bringing that up. Cool, love it. And that's my heroes list. And all right, folks, prepare to be cleansed. I got one palate cleanser. Last time you get your super chats in. Once again, as a kid, I always use kids for palate cleansing, because I guess we can get on board with their being cute and innocent and making us all feel good in our cold, dark heart. So anyway, this girl asked her dad how he'll feel when she moves out.
Are you sad that when I'm an adult I'm not going to be here anymore?
Where do you be? Yes, you are.
No, like when I'm an adult.
Where are you going to go?
Like in mommy's house.
Where are you going to go?
To a different house.
With who?
Same thing what mommy had.
What? What?
A boyfriend.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Who said that? Who said you can have a boyfriend?
When I'm an adult.
No.
Yes.
I don't want you to.
I'm gonna.
No.
I'm gonna.
You should.
I'm gonna. Better prepare for it. Can't stop it. It's coming at you sooner or later, Dad. Might as well get your ducks in a row. And all right, that's my palate cleanser. Hell yeah. And be sure to join me on tonight's after party. I got all this stuff to cover. Hey, Pornhub just put out their new list of the most popular search terms from state to state. You got to cover that. There's some few surprises in there. Not going to want to miss it. It's going to be entertaining. And did you guys hear all the drama going down on book Twitter, which is a thing, book Twitter, with book nerds? So apparently there's this big hubbubaloo that's similar to the whole H-bomber plagiarism thing, but it's in book Twitter. Don't want to miss that. And other things coming up. So tune in tonight. Available to all the patrons and all the dust buddies. So hell yeah. And all right, I'm going to do the kitty party right after we read the super chats. Orion McFadden 666. What up, Orion? The wife and I are going to Dickens Fair tomorrow. Do you have something similar where your love you mate happy Xmas? I don't even know what the Dickens Fair is, so I'm going to assume no, I don't have anything like that here. But it sounds fun. Hope you and your wife have a good time. And what up, Jago Fett? Good to see you tonight. Swaggering Cat. What up, Swaggering? You put so much into this show. I'm not worthy. The Pharaohs send their regards. Hey, scritches to the Pharaohs. And yes, I worked hard on the show, as I always do. Even when I take days off like I did on Wednesday, I'm continuously working. So hard work pays off. Barney Jones and Danger Dog. There are online petitions telling Biden to stop funding Israel. Sign them. But he's losing the election. He sees all the polls. He knows he's losing the election. Even his own staff are sending him letters, and they're protesting in front of the White House, and that ain't doing shit. Why would a petition that people sign do anything? I just don't see it happening, but maybe. I mean, I'm not saying don't go sign them. Go sign them. It can't hurt. Have you checked out Channel 4 News here on YouTube? Yeah, I used to play Channel 4 shows all the time. Has he put out anything interesting lately? Been a while. I heard he got busted for being a sex pest, though, right? And that's it. I'm studying Jason Ashby. I think I already got that. Okay. Barnaby retracted your message, so I don't think I get that money, but that's all good. Send it to me again. And all right, hell yeah, folks, please hit the like button before you go. Please leave comments. Tell your friends about the show. If you're not subscribed, what the fuck's wrong with you? Do it to it. In the description of our video is a P.O. box. We don't send stuff to the animals or anything to me. I will unbox it on the air, so that's a fun way to be involved in the show. BBC gets 5 cool memberships just in time, and everybody who is a Dust Buddy, if you get a free membership or you paid for it, you get access to the after party coming up right now with more exclusive content. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. But first, we're going to play an original song by Dusty Smith because it's Christmas time. So it's my song, I Hate Christmas. And we're going to do a little kitty party. So let me go ahead and switch it over. Boom. And play the song. Scroll. You can find this on YouTube if you want to. This is I Hate Dusty by... I Hate Christmas by Dusty Smith. Close enough. Yeah, all right. In honor of BBC, you guys ready for this? You guys know what time it is. Spoiled motherfuckers. So much rapping. God damn it. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. God damn it. There we go. I got it, cats. I got it. There we go. Go get it. Go get it, everybody. Here you go. Get it. Yeah. Woo. What the fuck? Motherfucker. Everybody just go. Everybody. Appreciate you. Oh, I see 5-6 comments. Give me 21 bucks. Almost missed it. Free Palestine. Hell yeah, free Palestine. Thank you. I want to say that's Ferments, comments, Dixments. I don't know. And Jason Ashley. Hell yeah, socialism. Back on Monday. Everybody that doesn't catch the after party, be sure to tune in, and you guys have a good weekend out there. I will miss you, and I love you. Break it down. Cut this song off. We'll cut it off. It's fine. Switch over now, motherfuckers. It's time for the after party. Do it.